Hi, group. It was really nice out, so I'm outside. Hopefully you can hear me. We'll see how this goes. I really actually liked Carmen's three questions in regards to the reading. Um, the first one that she asked had to do with us as student affairs professionals and how do we make sure that we're not bringing in our own meanings when we're helping students to kind of make their own meanings and build their own identities and build their own meanings. Um, I think that at the end of the day, like what what she was saying as far as like us being a part of that context, I don't think we're ever going to not be a part of a student's contextual framework or contextual knowledge. Like we're always going to have some sort of influence just because we work so closely with our students. But I definitely think that as long as we continue to sorry about the leaves, help them realize that they need to kind of socially construct their own meanings about things like that may be the best way instead of saying, well, maybe it means this or maybe it means this, like not giving them options about what or how they define like their race or their gender or their sexuality or their class, but kind of being a scaffolding for them so that they can look at their own um, like social, cultural, political, any kind of societal environment and say, okay, based off of what I know, how do I build these meanings? Um, this reading, especially the Weber, kind of brought me back to Brockenbrenner as far as the um, micro and macro structural and social psychological theme. I thought about that a lot as far as like students looking at the individual relationships they have and that kind of being similar to that first layer in Brockenbrenner, and then the macro or the social structural being kind of those outer layers, and how do those things or how are those things all kind of interconnected, and how does that help them form their meaning? So maybe that's kind of one way that it can be approached. I don't know. I saw a tie there, so that's kind of where I took my answer. The second question that she asked was, how do we stay current on kind of the ever-changing categories and different things in higher education? Because I know there was an example about how different racial categories didn't even exist 50 or 60 years ago. And I think the best thing to do is just constantly doing professional development, going to conferences, doing your research, attending staff meetings, attending, even faculty senate meetings or whatever it is that you need to do to help you stay current. But I also think that's going to kind of depend on what the values of the institution are. Like some institutions are going to be a little more old fashioned, like Valdosta, and it may not hit them until a little bit later on that maybe we do need to be more current or be more abreast on certain issues. So I think that if you're not at an institution that values that, then you kind of have to take it into your own hands to do the professional development and to do the work on your own. And I think that also comes with looking at your own um, meaning making, whether it be that contextual meaning making or the socially constructed meaning making, and especially at an institution, what the power relationships, how that has to, or how that is related to your meaning making. Because I think, and this kind of leads into the next question, but, if your meaning making isn't in line with the institution completely, or it's just completely dissonant, you know, maybe that's kind of a sign for you to say, hey, this may or may not be the place for me to work. And I definitely think that that's something that we as student affairs paraprofessionals right now definitely need to spend some time on is, how do we construct or deconstruct some of these definitions when it comes to race and gender and class and sexuality, and based off of what we construct or what we deconstruct, you know, when we're starting to look for jobs and internships, like, what do these institutions value, you know? And as an individual, if it's something that you would want to be in line with, you want to find those institutions that align with your values and with your meaning making. And if you're one of those people that, you know, you want to go in looking to change things, then maybe you want to find something or find an institution whose values or whose meanings or whose mission are, you know, in opposition to what you believe, because that's what you want to do. You want to go into work change to begin to change. So I think that it definitely depends on kind of what you're looking to do as far as the profession goes, but it has to start with us as individuals um, being able to construct or deconstruct those meanings to be whatever we understand them to be, and so that, you know, we can kind of not only know where we're going with our careers, but then kind of, to go back to that first question, be able to help our students to construct or deconstruct meaning. Because if we can't do it ourselves and we don't understand the different power relationships, or what the context is or what history says, if we don't understand that, we're not going to be able to help our students do any of this, and that's the ultimate goal. So I definitely think it starts with us as individuals doing our research, doing the professional development, doing the individual meaning making, and that can kind of help us on both ends. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope I wasn't completely rambling. I was trying to go off my notes, so let me know what the rest of you guys think, and enjoy your evening and enjoy the weather.